Right, so what I'm trying to explain is the thing about souls. Right, some people think that when you die, your soul goes with you, you're dead, there's nothing left of you. But that can't be the case because, right, everyone that you've touched, everyone that you've told a story, anyone you've helped, that's going to stay with them, that's going to be passed on in some way or other. Your soul is never lost, it can't be lost.
So everyone that we touch, everyone we left a mark with, that will always live on.
Exactly.
That's, do you know, have you ever heard of the law of conservation? So is this idea that energy is never created or destroyed, it's sort of more like transformed or transferred from place to place?
That's exactly it. Science backs it up then.
I always think about how simple life is, and I like to watch people eating. Should I explain that? That's weird, eh? Okay, is it still going? Okay. So sometimes I like to watch people eating because it reminds me that we're all just these little bodies that need to have some fuel and keep going and try and enjoy ourselves. And that is as simple as it is.
I'm still working on that because nothing keeps me grounded. I am an anxious wreck.
I'm just thinking, first I'm thinking textures in things. I'm thinking my favourite textures are fluffy socks, specifically the soft kind of fluffy socks that you can also get like bathrobes in. It's like this very specific fabric, but when you find it, and that's like something I will actively seek out and kind of like know that that's a grounding thing for me. But also I'm thinking of the 5 things you see, 4 things you hear, kind of like the 5 to 1, going through all the senses, that's a grounding exercise. But also emotionally grounding things that like my happiness is rooted in. It's like having a great family, having great friends, having a sense of stability in your life, both in an emotional way, financial way, in a way that is constantly supportive of your mental well-being, having access to things, kind of like going back to the first answer that I gave, having access to things that are constantly supportive of your happiness. I feel like those are grounding factors as well. And yeah, but also grounding safety, just feeling physically, mentally, emotionally safe is something that is absolutely a grounding factor for me, and it's something that I would never, ever compromise on.
The main thing that keeps me grounded is routine. I have to have quite a strict routine, otherwise I can feel so all over the place. And also having an early night.
My daughter. Definitely 100% my daughter. When I was younger, there was a lot of stuff went wrong. I got in some situations I probably shouldn't have been in at a very young age, and I think since having her, I've grounded, and she definitely keeps me grounded.
I think we live a good life by being kind to people and spending time with people that we like, doing things that we like.
good life, the key is community and like everyone looking after each other, even people that don't know each other.
We live a good life when we constantly have an open conversation with ourselves and ask ourselves questions like, what makes me happy? Is this something that supports what I'm trying to fight for? Is this something that is supportive of my happiness? We live a good life when we are actively fulfilling things in our life that we prioritize. We live a good life when we are constantly self-reflective and constantly do good by ourselves as well as others, when we realise our own boundaries but are respectful of those, but are also respectful of the boundaries of other people as well. We live a good life when we feel fulfilled, successful and happy, I think.
I mean, most people say like happiness, don't they? Like, you need to be happy to live a good life. But like, I don't think you need to be happy, but you need to be surrounded by people that make you happy. Because a lot of people just like aren't happy people, are they? Like, we're just not happy people. But if you surround yourself, like even the people that make you happy, they don't have to be happy, but if you get that feeling, I think it's just about the people. It's the people that keep you around, or you keep around yourself.
I think we live a good life by being kind to people and taking risks.
I've been trying to understand risks and why we take them for nothing.
I've been researching into nothing and why nothing means something to someone.
I've been thinking about some things. Lots of things. Many things.
I've been thinking about many and trying to learn many things.
I've been trying to understand learning and how we can learn things without really trying.
I've been trying to learn, trying to behave.
I've been trying to understand behaviour. The behaviour of animals, the behaviour of humans, and microorganisms.
I've been thinking about animals, in particular, the spider.
I've been trying to understand spiders and why they make their web.
I've been thinking about the webs and the capture spiral which forms in the middle.
I've been thinking about spiralling and how when humans feel that they are out of control, they seem to spiral.
I've been thinking about control and how losing control is a sign of being alive. He woke up early in the morning. Restless, he thought how to occupy himself. He liked to draw. Slowly and quietly, not to wake his family, he crept downstairs. The paper was kept in the cellar, not the A4 size, the big paper, the A3. Regardless of the fact the cellar was quite damp, the paper was always stored in there. He cleared the first flight of stairs and prepared himself for the second. He continued. He turned the light on to the cellar and opened the door. The door with its loud creak and awkward handle, he made his way into the cellar.
Moving to another city when you're 18 can be challenging for anyone. Of course, school doesn't teach you how to budget, how to pay council tax, or how to not spend all of your money on shopping all at once because it'll go off before you manage to eat it. The first week of living by yourself holds the hopes of fun and freedom and excitement. But to her, she will remember the time being filled with overwhelming anxiety and bad memories. Of course, life is unpredictable, but this won't be the case forever.
He closed the door behind him and grabbed a stack of paper. Damp and cold, the cellar was not an inviting place. He turned around to make his way out, only to remember there was no handle on the inside of the cellar. He was trapped. He tried to shimmy the door open. He tried to slot a card into the latch like they do in those films, but A3 paper doesn't make the best lockpicking device. He remained stuck.
The girl was still excited to begin her studies and couldn't wait for her first day. She was getting ready to leave for uni, new stationery, freshly washed hair, and full of excitement. The phone rings. It's her dad. She picked it up excitedly, expecting to hear good luck for her first day. But the words that the girl was met with did not taste so sweet. Did you know that people make up crimes from decades ago just to get the money from it? Things are really hard to prove when they happened years ago, and you might end up in prison.
Had it been hours, days, minutes? He wasn't sure. Luckily his parents stored the crisps in there, so hunger wouldn't be a problem. He kicked the door once more to try and alert his parents. He started to panic, his breath quickened, and after what felt like eternity, he heard a noise. Someone coming down the stairs. He waited. He saw his mother. She opened the door and stared at a cold, trapped 6-year-old. How long was he in there?
The man that taught her how to play chess and win, how to feed all of the ducks in the pond with just one slice of bread. The man that made her believe that fairies existed at the bottom of the garden, and how to find them if you look hard enough. The girl hadn't felt loneliness like this before. She was surrounded by strangers, and it didn't matter that the people that she loved were so far away, because how could she trust anyone anymore?
My happiest memory in my recent adulthood was trying broccoli for the first time and being completely amazed at how good it is and that I hadn't tried it in 26 years.
I think my happiest memory is just every memory I have that's like cuddling. Like that's the kind of memories I think of the most. It's just hugging someone.
You know, yeah, I'm trying to think of like, I'm trying to go back and think of like this proper cute memory, but I actually think my happiest memory is finding out that Ivy was going to be Ivy. Because like, obviously, I found out really late. And literally found out I was having a baby, and then what was it, like a week later, I found out I was having a girl when she was like coming in 3 months. So I think it was being able to like pick a name and stuff like that. Like, I think that's probably the happiest memory I've got.
One of my happiest memories was the first time I hugged my best friend after the first lockdown, because it was actually her birthday, and she'd been living in Glasgow, and I hadn't seen her for ages, obviously, and yeah, it was a happy memory.
I feel like I just, like, obviously the first things I think about are very recent ones, just, I value family time, like, time spent together overall, like, that's a humongous thing for me, so I feel like that's where my mind goes to first. But also, there are like moments of like explosive happiness. For example, knowing that you got into a school that you wanted to get into, but also like actual just content happiness that's just like prolonged. A prolonged feeling is just spending time with the family. I'm thinking of this one particular Christmas when I was about 9 years old. We rented out this cottage. It was my family and my cousin's family and our shared grandparents there. So it was 10 of us in total combined. And that was really, really lovely. Like small things that people do that make you really, really happy. For example, my mum telling me that my grandpa, who's the only grandparent that I ever liked, he telling her that he really, really likes me and wants me to succeed in life, which was lovely. I really like him too, obviously. And obviously there was this long-term friend that I just had today who messaged me saying that that I'm amazing, he thinks I'm amazing, and that was very important. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just happiness in moments shared with people, and it's like an echo chamber in the best possible way. There's someone who is undoubtedly happy for you, but also happy with you, and happy for your success, and you're happy for their success. And I feel like that's the most amazing thing. I have so many more examples like in my head, but I'm just going to cut it here, and I'm going to leave you with this.
Do you begin to understand?
No, not really.
Here we are, contemplating life.